What's up guys, my name is Entros, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a 5-month update video on the RIDSTAR Q20 Pro. What are the pros, what are the cons of this e-bike and what kind of problems I had along the way with it. In the duration of 5 months we have made almost 1,700 kilometers. During these 5 months I must say I literally had no problems with it. The only thing I would say there was a small problems and small tweaks had to be made is definitely changing the rear shock, which is in my opinion mandatory if you buy this e-bike, if you buy the RIDSTAR Q20 with one battery or you buy it with dual batteries. Now the only thing I would say is also kinda bad is this derailleur is when you're turning the pedals it starts clicking, so it's a little bit annoying, but overall I would say is not a big problem. Now about the mileage, this e-bike doesn't have any LG or Samsung batteries, just Chinese brand batteries, but overall I would say I was sticking to the 80-20 rule, so I don't fill it up over 80% or I don't let it get down to less than 20%. I was sticking to that rule and from now on I have like no problems with it. I have also added the stock fender back on just because it said it's gonna probably rain, so just for precaution, but yeah, I'm riding without it every time. I would say it definitely looks better without this front fender. Now another thing I would say is as I changed the front light to this one, these controls left, right turn signal and also the horn are basically non-existent at that point because you don't have no horn and you don't have no turn signals, but you still have at the backlight is still the same, so you have it on the left and on the right. Now one thing I would also say is definitely if you buy this e-bike you should definitely at around 500 kilometers change your disc brakes and brake pads if you ride it like 50 kilometers per hour every time, because as you see these are pretty worn out already and these are my second brake discs. This mudguard definitely helped when I was riding without this fender because all the mud and all this rain was just hitting this side, so it didn't affect something about around the battery or something like that. So that's definitely a pro if you don't have the front fender. As you also see, the tire marks kind of worn out already, but they're still working okay. But because like it has a lot of power, especially like rear and front motor both have 1000 watts, it definitely rips off the tire thread a little bit. If you will be riding it hard you will definitely have to change it around, I don't know, 1000 kilometers, maybe even more, just especially on your use. Overall I would say this bike has been amazing. It doesn't have any major cons that I would say are a deal breaker, especially for 1,500 euro. I think you can get a better e-bike than this. Now in the next video guys I'm gonna be showing you also how to install the full twist throttle on the RIDSTAR Q20, as right now it has still the stock half twist throttle, so this will come in the mail I think next week, so be prepared for this video. It's gonna be a little bit challenging as you have to basically take all of this out and connect the wires there, but I'm gonna show you guys in the next video. So yeah, let's go a little bit riding and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit more about this e-bike. Okay guys, so one thing I would say also with this e-bike, the previous bike I had, it was Ingve Engine Pro and it barely made it up this type of hill, so I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is with this e-bike. You see this guy, this is crazy. You see guys how easy it was to get on that hill. That is a complete difference when you have the front and rear motor instead of just having the rear motors. That's definitely one thing to look for your next e-bike, that you have dual motors on your e-bike, or at least rear or front motor that it's enough power to get you up these type of hills. During these 5 months I have ridden to locations from ranging 25 kilometers to also 50 kilometers with this e-bike, and I must say I had no problems going long distance. I knew that I have dual batteries and they keep me covered for light 100 kilometers. If you buy the RIDSTAR Q20, the normal one, I mean yeah, it is a little bit cheaper one, I'm not gonna say it isn't, but the problem with it is it only has one battery, and most of the people I see on TikTok or Instagram who have these bikes, they are basically just trying to add more battery. If I would be choosing between the Q20 Q20 or the Q20 Pro, I would say that Q20 Pro is a lot better, even though it's a little bit more money. As you see, guys, we have a pretty steep hill over here, but this is literally no problem for this e-bike. I don't know how it translates in DJI, but yeah, this is a pretty insane hill, and I'm just using half throttle and it's going like 30. Like, oh, it's gonna be cold so hard, bro, here. One thing I would say, when I filmed the video going with the RIDSTAR Q20 across the border, the majority of the ride was going along with cars, and like when I was driving alongside the cars, I saw that this e-bike is reacting like a scooter of like 45 kilometers. So many cars passing me like at 90 and 100. So yeah, if you're going on rides that have no bike path, I advise you just to ride on the right side, as like this bike just doesn't have enough power for that type of riding. But driving on a public road like just doesn't have enough power. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you learned some pretty nice information about this e-bike RIDSTAR Q20 Pro. If you have any questions about it, please shoot down in the comments down below. Like, share and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye.